I don't know what you want, but I was going through possible things.
And you are good. So for the camera, will you say your name again?
Gale Davis from Urbana, Illinois.
And how long has your family been in Urbana?
Oh, about 100 years. Before that, my mother's people lived in Leroy and Mahomet and Mansfield. They came to Illinois in 1810 for some ungodly reason. It was perfectly nice back in East Tennessee.
So when did you come out? Did you come out to your family?
Well, I came out in 1969 when we started the Gay Liberation Front at the University of Illinois in October of 1969, but I knew since I was 4 or 5 that guys were pretty fascinating, and my aunt had a college boyfriend that seemed quite nice, but I, of course, was very, very shy. And then in high school, Urbana High, one summer, I read 45 books on the Holocaust and the gay people involved in that, and so got a pretty good lesson that gay people want to keep really, really private because we can be hauled away and exterminated. That was 1956 when I read all those books, because paperback books were a quarter or 35 cents, so you could buy a lot of books for that. But I went to the Gay Liberation Front at the Red Herring, but we had meetings at different places, and we learned about them through the Daily Illini, and we didn't use any last names, and some people used a fake first name. So of that original group, I don't know who they were except for my lover, Steve Jones, that I met at that first meeting, and we stayed together for 1.5 years. That was really wonderful. And the book, The Quest for Brian, that Jeff Graubart wrote is very, very accurate. It's very, very, very good. All 700 pages of it. But the first 312 pages are on Champaign-Urbana and could be a separate book. But we had meetings, and they were different places. We had the Strawberry Fields Food Co-op was over near Beckman Institute, and down in the basement they had a people's library with big couches, and they had a whole bunch of progressive and alternative books and magazines. And we got magazines from all over the country. The Underground Press Syndicate published a list of all the alternative periodicals which would have a little mention of gay liberation. So you had to search through a lot of magazines just to get a little mention, because printers wouldn't print gay magazines, and you could not advertise in any telephone book. We couldn't advertise a gay suicide hotline. It was all censored, and you go to a print shop and they wouldn't print gay stuff. So it was very difficult to print anything and to communicate with gay people across the country, because we just get little mentions here and there, and you really had to work at it to find gay people. But that first year here, we got gay liberation at the Chicago Circle campus in Northern Illinois and other big campuses. There were gay groups formed right away after Stonewall, and we went to visit different campuses. And we had a big national conference, and gay people came from the East Coast. I don't know about the West Coast, but we had a good conference here on campus, and that was really something to meet people from all over the country. But we're still all very, very shy, and then we tried to have a picnic, a gay picnic at Allerton Park, and the university police moved in and drove us off. We had a sign so our people could find us, gay picnic, and we knew that Robert Allerton and John were a gay couple, and we thought it was awfully strange that we couldn't have a gay picnic in this estate that was donated by a gay couple. Were together for 40 years and generously donated their estate here, and eventually the one in Hawaii was donated too. So it was very rough, because the same thing happened when I moved to Nashville to go to grad school in '76. We tried to have our first gay picnic in Bicentennial Park, and we put up a sign, gay picnic, and the park police didn't want us to have a gay picnic. But how can we find our people when we look normal? and that time you didn't want bumper stickers on your car, or people would write down your license plate and see that your car was vandalized, or they would hunt you down and get you fired from your job, because some anti-gay people are very vicious and they're stalkers. And so we have always had to be very careful. But Nashville had 15 gay bars and 2 gay weekly newspapers. So eventually we were able to communicate, have our own newspapers and suicide hotlines.